Excuse me? Okay, there we go. What the fuck? How was I muted? What? I didn't even do anything to my mic. That's so fucked up. Sorry about that. How is everyone doing this fine Monday afternoon? Holy shit. I actually didn't even do anything to my mic. What the fuck? Money, how's it going, man? Actual unk moment. What the fuck? Sal, how's it going, man? How you doing? Was wondering why. Dude, I was like, oh, well, you know, it's all good. I didn't even imagine anything, and you're like, muted, and I was like, he's gotta be fucking with me, and then I see, I'm like, what? That was so dumb. I didn't even do anything to my mic. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Drill. So L-A-L-I-A. No, L-I. Pretty good. She's heating up. Or 45C? Aren't you guys still like entering summertime? Like December, I would assume December is like peak summertime for you, no? What the fuck do you mean you reached 45C yesterday? What? This motherfucker said it's spring at 45C. Do you live in Afghanistan? What the fuck? What the fuck? Nah, that's just how the... What's like the hottest you've ever seen it, Sal? It's cooler in the caves. Ligma. Dude, I'm a fucking child. Okay, so TIL 54. Holy fuck. $54. Dude, if you didn't already say Celsius earlier, I would assume you're talking about fucking Fahrenheit. What the fuck? Okay. Toils. Okay. IL. Oh, come on. This is such a dog shit. Well, I'm gonna leave you on in the background. Gotta fix a door and a few ACs. Yeah, go on, man. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's hot as balls. I had one in my childhood with 60C when I was in Northern Africa for holidays. Okay. Legit melt the second you take it out of the freezer. I believe that. Okay. I believe that. I was about to ask before I read all the way through. I was like, what the fuck do you mean it got 60C in France? Like, I feel like all your fucking crops would just set on fire. But okay, that makes more sense. I don't know. Just get me out of this. I don't know. I don't care. Just get me out. Limbo. Great. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't know. What a dog shit day. Jesus. Ah! KAI. Now, this is obviously what they want you to think. No. Demon Centaur. I shouldn't be too long. But the hottest day we had in the state was 58. Like, I knew it got hot in Australia. Like, I don't know if this is I don't know if you've ever tested this or you know anyone who has, but like I've heard that in like peak summer in Australia, you can like cook an egg just like on the fucking like if you just put a pan on the fucking sidewalk or whatever, you can cook an egg just with the fucking sheer heat. As liar big BI. Yeah. Some YouTuber did any cooked meat? That's fucking crazy, bro. Not that hard, easy. That's fucking crazy to me. Like I live in a place where like for 5 months of the year you don't need a refrigerator. Like if you leave food out in the outside and there's no like animals around or whatever, it's so fucking cold. It's just gonna is fine. But god damn. Like, so that's fucking great. Money. Let's are you up for the chess game right now? Let's just do that. Fuck it. It's almost time. I don't wanna doing this so far I have a purple and a blue. Doing this one so far I have a purple and a blue. What? Yeah, challenge. Yeah, let's go. Alright, chop chop. Oh, this is a daily game. Fuck me. Oh, connections. I see. Oh, are you gonna play Who's Gonna Ghost 2 again? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will do that. I'm boycotting Wait, what? What is your problem with TPR? Alright, let's go. Connection. Fuck. Quick, butter or cheese because I can't decide. I don't have context, but cheese given those options. I can't read it past a certain point for personal reasons, so I don't want to stay up all night for something I'm not going to see till the end. Oh, I see. Okay. No worries, man. Bye. We'll catch you on the weekends then for the aside stories. You're in? It's fucking lying to me. Game started. Oh, okay, good. Oh, fuck, this is a daily game. Alright, fine, fuck it. We'll just do this quickly. We'll just do this. Don't show this. Don't ever fucking show me this again. Chop chop, let's go. Why the fuck did I do a daily game? This is so stupid. You know, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna change music. Let's go with Liza P. Let's go. Coldest we've gotten is -12. That's it. The coldest I've ever seen it was -45. It might have been 44, but something around that. It's like, it was like so fucking cold. I remember I had to walk from like one campus to another, or not even one building to another for a class. Burn, how's it going, man? And I get out and I'm like walking and there's this like moment where it's like so my ears feel like they're so fucking cold. Like actually I did. Fuck it. I'm just gonna I'll just send you another one. Fuck it. I just sent you one. It's fine. It was so fucking cold. There was like a thought in my head as I was like walking. I was like, you know, if I just like if I just like get into like huddle up into a corner here, I could probably get warm. And I was like, Jesus Christ, put yourself together. You have like 100 meters to go. Jesus Christ. Like my body, my like instincts went to like some fucking horrible places. You know how she lied and needed me to fix it. All right, well, that's a good problem to have, Sal. That's a good problem to have, so it's all good. There we go. Oh, there we go. I got a message today that was like, hey, are you free Wednesday? I was like, yeah, what's up? Like after work, you're like, yeah, I'm free. What's up? And she goes, stop acting nonchalant. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, all right. She was like, no, you gotta ask. I'm not asking. I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes. All right, fine. Want to do something Wednesday? She's like, yeah, great. Okay. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, just say that, bro. What the fuck is all this? Oh, thank God. I'm not fucking mouse click now. I was gonna... I'm not a chess meister at all, dude. Like... Feel alright. I feel good. I want to say, in fairness, money is rated a little bit higher than my peak ever. Okay, so I'm gonna certainly lose to him. That's fine. I don't have any qualms about it. Yeah, like actually, she was like, "Be a man." I was like, "What are you? What?" Like somehow this is my fault. I was like, "All right, fine. All right, whatever." I feel good. Then would you stay home with me? Feel alright. Women. Yeah. I don't think there's any girls in chat right now, so I think you can say that without being worried. Peppers. No. The problem is money is watching me, so like I'm so cooked. Like, I can't even talk out loud about, like, my strategy or stuff, because he'll hear me. This is so fucked. You don't need to mute or anything, Money. I'm just, like, talking for my own. It's fine. Yeah, he can see my board. Can he see my pieces? Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh, you're such a little bitch. Oh my God. Of the reality. Oh my fucking, I hate this piece of shit game. I'm so done. Oh my God. If I saw his board, he would have been fucked. You're right. Thank you. Oh my fucking God, I hate this place. Oh my fucking god. I just get me the fuck out of here. I'm so done. Yeah, great. Oh my god, what am I gonna do without that pawn? Very good. Very good money. Alright, GG's. Alright. My girl had the opposite problem. She tells me a date and a time and just rocks out, and sometimes she just walks in without permission. Oh, no. She, like, I don't know, something is like, hey, are you free tomorrow? I was like, and I'll be like, yeah, what's up? And she goes, nothing. Like, she's like, that'll be her, like, okay, I want to hang out tomorrow. And I just have to, and that's fine. Don't get, like, it's cute or whatever, but it's like, goddamn, just be like, hey, let's just hang out tomorrow. Like, is that so hard? Oh my god. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is good. All was well so far on the Augusti path. Ryan had met Zanbato as expected, beat up Sarin at the harbor, and now repeated the same conversation which would lead him to crash at Jamie's house. No, it's not passive-aggressive. It's like, she's like, no, listen, like, it shouldn't be up to me to make plans, okay? So, she's like, I'll give you a hint, and then if you don't take any, and if you don't do anything, that's on you. I was like I don't know if I'd call it passive-aggressive, but like, I get what you mean. With women, almost passive, almost, yeah. This is so funny because this is archived. If I ever tell her that, like, you know, I stream or whatever, and she sees this, it'd be so fucking fun. It'd be so funny. Oh my god. She would beat my ass. Okay. Ryan had met, and now repeated the same conversation which would lead him to crash at Jamie's house. All was well and good, to the sound of crashing waves against the piers. I have to be sure about something. Luigi asked the courier, are you a snitch or a double agent? Well, I'm not really on anyone's side, Ryan replied, but then his mouth acted on his own. But I'm a carnival infiltrator. Her secretly watching? No, it's just funny. No, I think everyone here has been here longer than I've been talking to her, so I think we're okay. This was really a long con. Are you foreshadowing playing Blue Archives? What the fuck is Blue Archives? Everyone present turned to look at him. Well, I'm not really on anyone's side, Ryan replied, but his mouth acted on his own. But I'm a carnival infiltrator, yes. Or not. Everyone turned to him. A tense silence settling in. The grunts raised their weapons while Zanbato's face turned from shock to disappointed to furious. Uh-oh. Okay, 2 lessons learned. Ryan hated truth-tellers. Hated them. With a passion. 2. Zanbato could make sashimi out of people with his laser sword. Ryan wouldn't look at sushi the same way ever again. Yeah, no, I get on choice. You get no choice. I say what you're going. I see what you mean. But this time it would be different. The courier had rehearsed the perfect misleading answers. Luigi's powers compelled Ryan to tell the truth, but only according to the teller's exact words. I have to be sure about something, Luigi asked him again. Are you a snitch or a double agent? I can't snitch on a group I haven't joined yet, and I'm not a double agent. Well, technically, he was a triple one. Are you a mole? Of course I'm not a mole. I'm a person. There. Saved. He did it. He did it. Okay, I should really work on my wording, Luigi sighed. Are you, or do you intend to relay information about us to another secret organization? Well, yes, I intend to. Hell, I already did. God damn it. Okay, 3rd time's a charm. Through timing and intelligence, Ryan had skillfully navigated the chain of casualties to avoid the fated question. He put on the charm, befriended everyone, distracted the grunts with funny anecdotes, and now that the courier and Zanbato were ready to return to the Plymouth and go eat some pizza. Hey, quick save, Luigi asked. Before you go, I have a few questions I must ask every new recruit. Luigi, seriously, please, don't do it, Ryan replied. For your sake, don't say this. It won't end well. I swear, it won't. Sorry. Protocol. Are you a snitch? Yes, 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 I am. Is that what you want to hear, Luigi? Is that what you want me to say? Luigi breathed deeply, fighting off his rising frustration. Luigi pointed a finger at the truth teller, and everyone raised their weapons. We're gonna have a goddamn problem, you and I. Where's Luigi? Zanbato asked Grunt 1 when the truth teller failed to show up at the harbor. Leaving only the henchman to deal with the operation. Wasn't he supposed to take care of the shipment? Sorry, he was attacked yesterday night, the grunt said, carrying Luigi's phone. Apparently, he will have to fill in for the maid man. He's at the hospital right now, and he'll be out of commission for a while. What? The news shocked Jamie. By who? Some crazy psychopath in a hockey mask and a stick, from what I heard. Hockey's a dangerous sport, Ryan said absent-mindedly, looking at the sea. I just don't recommend it. Yeah, that was crazy, Grunt 1 nodded. Apparently, Luigi returned home late for a party. You know, perfectly normal. He starts opening his home door and bam! Some Friday the 13th crazy jumps out of the shadows, breaks his jaw with a hockey stick and beats him up for a while. Why? Jamie almost chortled. Why Luigi? Was it a robbery? No, the lunatic didn't even take his money, the grunt replied. Maybe it was a hate crime. The attacker looked really, passionate, according to the witnesses, at least from what I heard. Well, Luigi sleeps around a lot. A real home wrecker, another grunt pointed out. A jealous boyfriend? It had to happen eventually. Or it could be the meta, Zanbato said. But how did they learn where he lived? It actually took Ryan more time to find the hockey equipment than Luigi's address. No one plays that sport nowadays. He said, bro, y'all gotta work on your fucking, security, bro. I found his shit, like, in an hour. She and I have a long history, all the way back to when you were 5? Aw, that's so cute. So FQ lowers enough to write a fucking book about? Actually, dude, he's actually got a friendship to romance arc from childhood, actually. After that, events happened as predicted. Jamie invited him home. They played poker, went to Vulcan's factory, and Ryan saved the pandas from extinction. I swear, I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal could play Sal in a fucking video, in a movie about his life. Sorry, I gotta close my window. It's getting fucking cold as fuck. Ah, Jesus. Ryan's mind had long entered autopilot, as he let his sense of timing guide him forward. The autopilot wasn't really a subpower, simply a state of conscious-mindedness that entered when he couldn't be bothered to live through the same events over and over. No different than daydreaming while repeating the same mind-numbing tasks. Humans were always bound by the laws of cruelty. With a few exceptions, he constantly lived through them like an endless theater rehearsal. People held no mystery to him after a while, always reacting the same, saying the same things. They forget him and relearn the same information. Over and over, they became machines, and Ryan was the only human around. The repetition would drive anyone insane, but it was necessary suffering to reach the perfect ending, and soon it would finally end. Everything would turn right when Ryan found Len, he was certain of it. Which do you prefer, enemies to lover tropes or childhood friends to lovers? I don't really like it. How about childhood friends to enemies to lovers? Yeah, cool. I guess I'll take the enemies to lovers one, I guess, but I mean, really, I don't like either of them. In real life, it might be cute, but like in anime, it's like, I know where this is going. Just get it over with. Ugh. I have to watch the same. I'm literally like Ryan. I'm like, I have to watch the same mind-numbing shit again. His cell phone beeping snapped him back to reality, interrupting the flow of casuality. It took Ryan a second to remember when and where he was, and he snapped back. Extensive looping and repetition often eroded the genome's perception of reality, especially when his power noticed an alteration in his timeline. Ryan checked his phone while Lanka had already left for the Vulcan factory. The panda laid there, defeated. The message involved a photo of Rusttown's orphanage, intact, and a text below. Psyshock, taken care of. Children are safe. Thanks for the tip. Ryan lived for such surprises, good or bad. When he noticed Pluto and her boyfriend talking to Zanbato, and her bodyguard talking to Zanbato, Ryan expected events to repeat until he met Vulcan. The Augusti's underboss froze the same way upon meeting him and said the same damn thing. You, Pluto asked Quicksave. Moi, Ryan answered. Have we met before? Possibly, but I'm unforgettable. I'm sure of it. We already met, Pluto replied. Who are you? Boss, what is it? Her bodyguard asked. The underboss's mere attention terrified her into silence. He's marked, but I don't remember him. Shit! Did her powers somehow mark him across time? Is something wrong, boss? Jamie joined the conversation. Who's your new recruit, Zanbato? Ryan prepared to make a joke when Jamie invaded his personal space, putting his hand on his shoulder. You speak to her when talked to. He said. He all but said out loud. Quicksave, Zanbato replied. He's a violet, time stopper. Not a blue? Pluto observed Ryan with an intense stare. The courier couldn't explain why, but he felt a growing sense of pressure around him. The air thickened, something weighing on his mind. Cancel would have noticed a memory alteration or info hazard. Pluto's female bodyguard pointed out. Maybe your powers interfere with each other somehow? Pluto didn't seem convinced at all. Her eyes set on Ryan. The courier whistled and looked away innocently, while Zanbato came to his defense. Quicksave might be odd, but he's reliable. He helped us fight off Saren yesterday. What's your name, Quicksave? Your real name. Oh, I'm Ryan Romano. I'm immortal, but don't tell anyone. No one lives forever, she replied coldly. I've got places to be, but I will call you to clear this up. Play stupid, play smart, run or say no, and you will die. The way she threatened him, no. It wasn't a threat. It was just a statement. If Ryan didn't follow her orders, he would die. The courier and his group watched the underboss leave with the bodyguard in complete silence. No one dared speak, so Ryan broke the ice. So, who's up for Chinese, he asked. Shit, Lanka replied. Blabbermouth, what the fuck did you do? I didn't do anything, Ryan replied. You prefer Italian? This is serious, Quicksave, Jamie replied. That woman is Pluto, Augustus's sister and the underboss. Her interest is not a good thing. I suggest you follow her lead without question, Kyung asked. She can kill you with a thought. Why is she even here? Lanka asked. The boss gave the go-to to hit the meta gang hard, Jamie replied. Vulcan will take command of the cleanup since she's been itching to test her new weapons, and Pluto loaned her the Killer 7 hit squad. I say it's time to finally clean up the trash. I was gonna say... it wasn't, I was in the state that I was, and she just said I would be her boyfriend. So basically she was like, I've tried playing nonchalant for too long. This idiot just doesn't get it. I'll just tell him. Pluto is being crazy itchy. The shape of the Deadpool. The shape. True, burn. By the way, I will say, so I got my helmet yesterday because I have my motorcycle course this weekend. And the guy said, like, hey, just put it on for a few hours before you go for the course because it kind of needs to, like, mold to your face or whatever. So, like, just wear it around the house. And so I wore it earlier today. My fucking neck hurts, bro. I'm not used to that extra weight on my head. Fuck me. Oh, that's so cute, Sal. Especially after what they did to poor Luigi, Kyung said, to attack him in front of his own house. If you can't even feel safe at home anymore. Are we sure it's the metas who did that though, Lanka asked? I mean, it was just a guy in a hockey cross. If it was a meta, there'd be a lot more. Exercise your neck like Formula 1 drivers? Yeah, I don't know how the fuck to do that, bro. Cheese was a good choice. May your neck be a log, yes. Thank you. It's probably an underpowered junkie they paid off, Jamie replied. The metagang isn't a big group. It would make sense for them to outsource dirty work. Ryan listened to their discussion, trying to puzzle out the sequence of events. It appeared Shroud had followed through this promise and stopped targeting the Augusti with assassinations. With no one to divert their attention, the criminal syndicate had to focus entirely on wiping out the Meta gang. Ryan wasn't sure how Meta's newfound interest in him would play out, though. It could threaten his entire infiltration mission. He had to figure out how he could identify him even after he altered the timeline. God damn it, every time you made progress there was a new goddamn problem. No, wait, it doesn't matter. Ryan only had to play along with Vulcan until she told him how to reach or contact Len. He didn't have to stay with the Augusti for any longer. If they tried to force him, well, it wouldn't end well for them. They entered Vulcan's factory next. With Zanbato lecturing Ryan on how to talk to the capo once more, Ryan barely paid attention. Having already disregarded the advice the first time, but the tense meeting with Pluto made the courier reconsider how to deal with the mercurial genius. With already one high-ranked Augusti suspecting him and his long-awaited meeting with Len on the line, there was no point alienating yet another. Back to reading COI? Alright, good night, Plague, have fun. Even if he hated it, Quick Save would have to behave. Ryan and company entered Vulcan's workshop, the courier's eyes immediately drawn to the enormous armor. It was odd to look at this enormous machine again after the genius tried to murder Ryan with it. Impressed yet? She asked Ryan. Interesting design, especially the miniature fusion reaction, Ryan replied, but you should coat the joints with a protective anti-shock layer. Someone might apply pressure to them and break them. I thought of that, she replied, but I haven't found an alloy composite which may resist the intense movement friction without causing the arm to jam. Considering its intended target, I prefer speed over defense. Ryan remembered how Wyvern stomped on the machine last time, but kept that amusing anecdote for himself. Why not a plastic derivative then? Vulcan sat on her workbench as a flash of interest flashed across her face. Daniel Naroditsky? Yeah, I saw that, Daniel. R.I.P. Why not, are you a genius? Quick Save, she asked. No, not really, but I have experience with genius tech. He absent-mindedly tossed her an A-bomb, and well, pretty much everything. Everything? Such a beautiful design, Vulcan said as she was looking over the bomb. Except ice skating. Now that he thought of it, Ryan really should dedicate a loop to mastering that skill, in case he had to fight Ghoul again. You want to keep the bomb? Can I bribe you with it? I can keep it? By now, Vulcan looked like a child receiving a surprise Christmas present. Is this what love at first sight looks like? Lanka asked. I thought it was a lie. Be careful with your tongue, Sphere, Vulcan replied. Quick Save, I want you in my division. You start tomorrow. Wow. She was skipping a lot there. Jamie immediately tried to defend his imaginary purity. I thought he might do well with the Mercury, he cleared his throat. And Pluto wants to check up on him. She doesn't like him. Pluto? She's a paranoid bitch, but I know how to handle her. She didn't even want me on the team when I joined, and yet here I am. Don't worry about her, Quick Save. I'll cover you. Is she being nice? The contrast with a short fuse, a violent criminal who tried to murder Ryan a few loops ago, couldn't be clearer. As for Mercury, I scouted Quick Save first, and he'll be wasted on minion work. The genius added. Aaron, how's it going, man? Good afternoon. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not interested in long-term unemployment. I'm looking for Len, black hair, blue eyes, Marxist-Leninist, the Underdiver. I know she has an undersea base and you're in contact with her, Ryan said. If you could send me there, I would really appreciate it. You're well-informed. Contact isn't the term I would employ with her. We're more like genius pen pals, trading tech sometimes. I can make a meeting happen, but not for free. Although Ryan thought she would invite him for dinner as payment, but instead she still ordered them to ruin Wyvern's movie for petty revenge. Some things never change. Still, he looked around for hidden cameras or a bomb. Come back tomorrow when the work is done and your trouble with Pluto is solved, Ryan, Vulcan said. I'll give you a reward and change your mind about the long-term employment part. The courier noticed that she spoke to him on a first-name basis now. Nothing better than an A-bomb to earn a woman's affection. Can someone in chat confirm or deny, is A-bomb the way to a woman's heart? I will begin working on it right away if that's the case. That worked out well, Lanka said. I just finished COI. Oh shit, that's awesome, Aaron. What the fuck? What do you rate it? The whole book, not just the ending. And give me what you rated Lord of the Mysteries as well for reference. That worked out well, Lanka said. I thought you would fuck this up somehow, but she likes you. Are you alright? Jamie asked Ryan. Why the question, Yo Jimbo? The courier asked back. You look subdued. I can't say it's a bad thing, but you look like you're feeling down, man. Sharp. In truth, Ryan didn't feel so well because he was close to reaching his goal. Can confirm? Alright, I gotta end stream then, guys. I gotta figure out how to make an A-bomb then. I got like 48 hours. Sharp. In truth, Ryan didn't feel so well because he was close to reaching his goal. He had eliminated Shroud's interference, things were moving smoothly. And unless Pluto decided to kill him outright, he should be able to meet up with Len tomorrow. The path seems clear. He thought he would feel excited, joy at having overcome all obstacles in the way, but Ryan couldn't shake off a vague sentiment of unease. Like someone having trained all their lives to climb Everest and now having the summit in sight. He was simply afraid of being disappointed. I will say these chapters are long, man. Like 5 chapters is like my fucking limit. It took me about, I want to say about a half hour to read 1 chapter. That's like crazy work. Oh my god. And so, Vulcan's biblical judgment was passed upon the heathens at Dynamis. Wyvern's movie ended in rats and pestilence, like the previous Augusti loop. It saddened Ryan to ruin Adam Cat's first movie appearance, especially after befriending him earlier. His adorable feline sidekick hated those commercial ventures, though, so no harm, no foul. They'd make up later. Still can't believe people think COI is not peak. Oh shit, okay. COI ending is more peak than ending of Lord of the Mystery. What? Damn, okay, high praise. When the made men returned to the house in his beautiful car, the courier almost expected Shroud to show up again and blow the goddamn place up. Ryan had never gone further than this, so he didn't know what would happen. Ki-young didn't seem agitated in the Fury's back, so her rat sentries should be fine. The courier almost wished for an unseen disaster to spice things up. When Ryan noticed Vulcan's enormous armor parked in the garden right next to the black Lamborghini and the girls waiting at the front door, he realized someone upstairs had granted his prayer. 11 out of 10? Damn, alright, good shit. And Ryan noticed instead of summoning them to her lair, Pluto had decided to visit her employees herself. It's at best a 8 out of 10? Well then, Sal, what would you rate the ending of Lord of the Mysteries? Just so I know. Again, just for like a reference point. Instead of summoning them to her lair, Pluto decided to visit her employees herself. Besides her usual bodyguard and Vulcan, the underboss who enjoyed the company of a young woman Ryan hadn't seen before, a petite, smiling blonde with pale blue eyes who kept her hair in 2 braids. She wore a white sweater and pants, and Ryan guessed that she would have Slavic origins from her facial features. She brought 2 of the Killer 7, Chitter said. You ready for this? Jamie asked Ryan. Well, it feels like I'm gonna have to pass a hard speech check or fight a difficult boss, but that means I'm close to the end. You're not gonna beat that one, I can tell you already, Lanka said. 10 out of 10? And you think COI... and sorry, Sal, sorry, one last question, I swear. I don't mean to... Okay, is the 8 out of 10 for COI as a whole, or is that for COI ending? The group approached Pluto's own, with everyone tensing up as the underboss looked at them. Even Ryan remained quiet at first, but mostly because he knew his long-awaited reunion with Len was just around the corner. Boss, Jamie cleared his throat, I didn't expect to see you here. That is the purpose of a surprise inspection, Pluto replied. Our business is with him only, Zanbato. Your team can do as you wish. If you don't mind, I'd like to say, the maid man replied, if only as moral support to the new recruit. I'll stay too, Lanka said. Aw, I knew you cared, Ryan taunted her. If she kills you, Blabbermouth, I'll be the one saddled with your corpse. I'd rather just do less work. 8 out of 10 the whole book, but 10 out of 10 for the ending? Okay. I guess I'll stay too, then, Kyung replied. A rat then climbed on her shoulder like Pikachu. Just don't mind me. Pluto shrugged it off and then immediately started barking orders. Sparrow, search his person. Vulcans, check for any genius tech he might have. Cancel, you know the drill. COI peaks at like a 13 out of 10, but average 9.8. From comparison, Lord of the Mysteries peaks at 12, but average is 10. The 10 is for the ending? I see, okay. Bullseye, how's it going, man? I'm good, Thanks for popping by. I can't wait to see someone else read COI. I cringed quite a bit during the first volume. Sorry. COI I believe is a 9, maybe a 10, but Lord of the Mysteries is a 10 without a doubt. The 8 out of 10 is for the ending. So you guys are... Okay, so you guys are backwards. He says the ending is like 10 out of 10, but the book is an 8. You say the book is higher rated, but the ending is lower rated. Interesting. Okay, so I guess like I think it was McSeely who said that the ending seems to be much more like the ending has a lot more subjective part to it. Good God. I'm already on it, the blonde said with a Bulgarian accent before grinning at Ryan. Hi, I'm Cancel, but you can call me Greta. Nice to meet you, Ryan. Oh, hi Greta. The courier waved a hand, surprised by her niceness. I'm immortal, but don't tell anyone. Pluto's female bodyguard, Sparrow, immediately started feeling up Ryan with her big hands, searching everywhere, removing his mask, his hat, his jacket, and started to look into places better left unexplored. You know, my lady, if you wanted to look at my underwear, you could just ask. I am young, easy, and available. I might take you up on that, Sparrow replied with an amused smile. Over time, a pile of weapons grew next to Ryan. Vulcan quickly examined them one by one, like hors d'oeuvres, until she hit the plat de résistance. How did you pack so many lasers in such a tiny place? Vulcan asked. Even my armor doesn't have that many. One at a time, Ryan shrugged it off. You know what this is giving me? I don't know how many of you guys are fucking kids, so I don't know how many of you have seen it. But have you ever seen the movie The Mask by Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey? Why does that name feel off? I feel like that's the right name, but yeah, it is Jim Carrey. It's like it's like him pulling out shit from his pockets, and it's just like a fucking wormhole in there. What is this? Pluto asked. Some toy? It's quite cute, Kyung said. A toy with enough firepower to wipe out a small city. Vulcan said, more and more fascinated by the plushie's dark power. Can I? No, the courier denied. But no, I am not loaning it. A-bombs? Fine. But something this dangerous? No way in hell. It ends in nothing but tragedy. Vulcan looked deeply disappointed, but didn't push the issue. It's exceptionally lethal, she told Pluto, putting the plushie back in the weapons pile. But it doesn't cause memory alteration. Nothing he has can do that. Nor can his powers. Or at least, I don't think so. He's as violent as they come. Oh, you're a white, Ryan asked, the girl nodding. One of the mightiest, Pluto smiled at Ryan. Cancel can negate the powers of everyone within a certain radius. My brother accepted, of course. Oh, that's funny. Why don't you check for yourself then, huh? Challenge accepted. Ryan immediately attempted to stop time, but nothing happened. No feedback, no world freezing with the power of his mind, not even an itching sensation. Nothing at all. His ability simply refused to activate. Moon, thanks for popping by, man. No worries. Go to bed. You're good. Ah, well, that's not good. What? I can say that, Bug. I'm not white. It's fine. Miss Pluto, Have I told you? I find you extraordinarily elegant and beautiful, Ryan said. When in doubt, flatter them. Pointless, but thank you, Pluto said with a false affability, turning to cancel. Still nothing? If it was memory manipulation, I should have purged the effect, whether it was blue, green, yellow, or even violet. Pluto said nothing. Instead, she looked for a pocket inside her dress and grabbed a smoke. Sparrow brought a lighter and set it ablaze, just as her mistress put the cancer in her mouth. That's so fucking... I control death, Pluto told Ryan. The metaphysical concept of death? The end of life. While I cannot count them, I can sense the weight of a person's years, and if I'm not mistaken, quick save, you are the oldest person I've ever met. Far older than anyone should be. Now that I've taken a good look at you, I would peg you as somewhere in the triple digits, and closer to 4 than to 2. Oh my, has it been that long? Ryan had lost count after his first century. Triple digits? That doesn't make any sense, Ki-Young frowned. He seems a bit young for an old geezer, Lanka replied. Are you sure, boss? I don't mean to doubt. You are, Pluto said. My power is never wrong, so quick save. Care to explain this to me? The way she phrased it, Ryan knew that Pluto would either spare him or kill him depending on the answer. No choice then. I knew this day would come. Okay, I admit it. I lied. I lied to you, to everyone, about my powers. I suspected as much, Vulcan said. I can't imagine how one could stop time and still be able to act. You should evolve in a lightless world where every item is a deadly projectile. So you lied about the nature of your powers to keep an ace in the hole, Pluto asked. A sensible thing to do, especially with strangers. I applaud your caution. I guess you aren't as stupid as you look, Lanka teased. How does it actually work then? When I freeze time, I actually jump to a parallel universe, usually to avoid death, Ryan lying through his goddamn teeth. One alternate world very close to mine, I overlap with the me of that world, and we become one. Dude, what is he? He's just actually pulling this out of his ass. This doesn't even make any sense. What? Ryan expected denial, but not much to his surprise. Nothing came up. That's awesome! Greta all but swooned. Does that mean you can become a woman? Like fuse with an alternate version of yourself that's a girl? How does it work? Once I spent 3 months Chinese, Ryan lied. And I became American. Twice. That's crazy work. I spent 3 months Chinese. That's fucking crazy. Wait, that's how you cheated at cards, Lanka Focus? You asshole! You jumped universes whenever you had a bad hand? That's interesting, Jamie said. That puts some of your comments at the casino in a new light. That explains the chrono radio as well, Ki-Young added. Chrono radio? A radio that listens through time? Multiple pasts, Ryan corrected. You can't have more than one past, Lanka grunted. A radio that can tap into alternate timelines? The more she observed his technology, the more Vulcan was fascinated. How does it work? It's really complicated, but I'm a genius. How does it work? Observer effect, my smug friend. Ryan replied, unwilling to elaborate. The observed state changes depending on the observation method. It works with past events? Vulcan's eyes widened. Meanwhile, Pluto's face was undecipherable until she uttered a single word. Okay. Wow, you guys took this much better than I thought. Usually, people think I'm pulling their legs when I say that. My niece, Minerva, can interact with a parallel universe, although she's a blue. I wonder how your respective abilities would interact. Could be interesting. The underboss examined the courier with a whole new look, trying to puzzle it out. So the abnormal number of years I sense is because you fuse with your copies and the metaphysical weight accumulates? Could it be that you marked him in an alternate version and your powers followed him through his jumps? Possible. though the fact that I marked him at all is a warning. You mark every genome you meet, Vulcan pointed out. It's quite vulgar, frankly. Pluto ignored the jab and observed Ryan. Search his car for any devices. I'm not entirely convinced yet. Sparrow examined the Plymouth Fury and as thoroughly as she checked Ryan's body, checking under the seats, the trunks, hidden compartments. She clearly had experience with such things. Meanwhile, Vulcan examined the chrono radio. When she opened the car hood and looked inside, Sparrow's bored face turned into one of confusion. My god! What do... Kyung peeked inside and then screamed in horror. The rat on her shoulder was so startled it fell to the ground. Jamie rushed to his girlfriend's side, taking her in his arms and frowning at the car's hood. Of course, everyone gathered to peek inside, much to Ryan's confusion. Why such a reaction? Even the unflappable Pluto raised an eyebrow, and Lanka was at a loss. What the fuck? Ryan. Jamie looked at the courier as if he was deranged. Why is there a brain inside your car? Below the engine and near the heat pump, there was a hidden hatch where the Sparrow had opened, revealing an elongated brain floating in a jar of green liquid, the spine linked to cables. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten about that, Ryan said. I will not ask again. Jamie's voice turned cold. Why do you keep a brain in storage? It's not in storage. It's connected to my car. How did you think the self-driving worked? The chrono radio? What do you think, it's magic or AI? Seriously, Jamie was okay with Ryan keeping an A-bomb, but he drew the line at a brain? Where's the logic in that? That's so messed up, Lanka muttered. You abducted a stranger and extracted his brain because you couldn't get a driver's license? Oh, I see where this is going. You think I abducted homeless people with the help of a creepy hunchback assistant and that his name was Igor? It was something about Pluto and Vulcan, the way they looked more curious than disturbed, and Greta kept smiling, fascinated. It should have looked cute, but it just looked disturbing. It's not a human brain, Vulcan pointed out. The shape doesn't fit. It's like a manta ray's, but no, I don't recognize it. Some parts are artificial. It's homegrown, entirely synthetic. Explain this now, Pluto said. I worked a few jobs for geniuses in the past. They usually paid me with tech rather than cash, like my A-bomb. He drew quite a few angry glares at this, except Vulcan, who was more and more interested. The courier powered through. Although I couldn't get the chrono radio to work due to lack of processing power, I wanted my car to drive itself. A client proposed to solve both. By putting a brain in your car? Lanka asked. One of his specialties was in wetware computers. He had like 100 brains in jars. He grew them like weeds. So it's not sentient? Kyung asked. It's just a computer? Of course it's not sentient. You think I would do half the things I do with my car if there was a real person inside? Do you take me for a savage? No one answered. Jamie kept his arms crossed. I don't know how to feel about this. Me neither, his girlfriend admitted, and Pluto, who was clearly unflappable so far, threw her smoke on the ground. What do you think? She asked Vulcan. He's clearly had multiple geniuses work on the car, and I think I see a miniature particle accelerator connected to the brain, the weapons designer replied, before closing the car hood. It would take me a few days to review everything, but I doubt any of this is capable of memory manipulation. I see. Quick save? Yes? You're on probation. For now. I'm still not entirely sold, but I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Do not make me come back. She glanced at Vulcan. Jasmine, do as you wish, but if he fucks up, I will hold you responsible. Jamie seemed a bit disappointed, perhaps believing that she would assign Ryan to his own superior's division. He knew better than to mouth off to her. Without saying a word or goodbye, Pluto considered the matter settled and moved to her car. See you soon, Greta waved at everyone. Crisis averted. AI can't compare to this? No, bro. You think bum ChatGPT could run a self-driving car? It probably could. Wow, that's sweet as fuck. That's like really, really sweet, like dummy sweet. No sooner after they left, Vulcan tried to buy Ryan on the spot. Okay, 3,000. She declared out of nowhere. To work as my lab assistant and let me examine your rabbit. Does a toy warrant more attention than a brain-driven car? Keung asked to Jamie. 3 grand a month? My, you're cheap. Per day. Half cash, half wired. Ryan raised his eyebrows. Lanka was the one who almost died on us on the spot. For him? Per day? He cheats at cards! I'll make you your own armor, whatever you want, Vulcan continued. Drugs, enough whores to break your nuts on, your own personal lab, and of course, your girl. You grease the hinges and the doors open, Ryan replied. The main quest first, then we will see about the side quests. Alright, fair, Vulcan replied. We're going. To the moon? To your friend. There's a second seat in my suit's cockpit. Climb in. Finally. He was gonna get to see Len at long last. Yeah, but Len doesn't want to see you, idiot. What do we do with that? You can go see the girl, but if the girl don't want to see you, what are we doing? When Vulcan said she had a second spot in her cockpit, Ryan thought he would have his own baby seat in the back, but it turned out the genius was more fond of motorcycles than cars. People are gonna talk, Ryan said, holding Vulcan by the waist with his chest against her back as the mech accelerated. The crazy woman had designed the cockpit like a motorbike with screens and computers interfaces at the front. The bench seat did allow for 2 people, but Ryan had to lean on the pilot due to lack of support. If outsiders could see them, they would find their current position suspicious. Let them, Vulcan replied. Due to the oceanic pressure, the mech had entered some kind of alternate mode to protect its weaker parts, contracting its joints, shielding its cameras, and using only sonar and thermal sensors for navigation. I don't give a shit. Interesting choice of design, though, Ryan said. Was that a personal preference, or... Dynamis' elite soldiers are trained to target the center of mass, Vulcan cut him off. Ryan had noticed that she was fond of lording over her knowledge whenever the occasion presented itself. Since most cockpits are located here, this means the enemy shoots straight for your vitals in a fight. I used to overcompensate by thicker shielding, but that's pretty limited when you fight someone who can bench press tanks. Ah, I get it. With your current design, the cockpit is actually located between the shoulders, farther from the area where most people shoot, decreasing the chance of a successful ejection in a pinch. But you also cut down cockpit space to avoid the frame being unwieldy. I use a neural interface to control most of the systems, she replied, putting her hand in her hair. Ryan noticed some kind of black cranial implant below her bun. By the way, did you guys see there's a season 2 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners on the way? Dude, I loved Edgerunners. That shit was so peak. I watched that in one night. And I was like, oh, this is so sad. This removes the need for systems in the cockpit, except emergency ones, she continued. I suppose it's an even trade for the close, uncomfortable physical proximity. If you use your hands to feel me up, I'll castrate you. I can already feel your cock in my back. Gee, when you said you were easy, you weren't kidding, huh? You don't want me to upgrade the difficulty to heart mode right now? Vulcan chuckled at the dirty wordplay. Ryan couldn't believe it, but the violent genius was actually quite lovely when no one threatened her fragile ego. You're fucking shameless, she said. And here I thought you loved that girl, though. I loved her once, yes. That was a long time ago. While his devotion to Len had never wavered through the years, Ryan no longer desired her romantically. They had been in a relationship in the past, all erased by time. At this point, the courier would settle for a friend, even an acquaintance who could recognize him. Someone with whom he could have a connection that would survive his endless travels across time, no matter how fragile. All Ryan wanted was someone who could alleviate his loneliness, no more, no less. So wait, Len is because he knew Len even after he got his powers. So Len's blue abilities allow her to retain memories across space-time. Like she remembers him despite loops, basically. The courier sighed, moving kilometers below the sea. Are we there yet? Are you gonna ask this every minute? Yes, until we are there. If you ask it again, you can say goodbye to another A place, she replied. Are you coming on to me? What is an A place? Are you coming on to me? The genius ignored him, the mech shaking. Ryan guessed they must have landed somewhere. Are we friends yet? You must have a death wish, the genius said. And as a matter of fact, we're here. About time. A hatch opened above the courier. Alongside a mini ladder, Ryan could see a red lamp outside the metal suit, enshrined in a rusted ceiling, but little else. I'll be waiting here, working on other stuff, Vulcan said. Since you guys need some time alone, just don't take too long, or I will leave without you. You would leave a major investment stranded miles below the sea? Thanks. You did your job, and I did mine. I ain't a fink, Ryan. What the fuck is a fink? A jerk or an unpleasant person. I see, okay. Everyone remembers him once he plays in instruments. They were together before you. Oh, I see, okay. Well, I certainly appreciate a woman of her word. It saddened Ryan a bit, since he might bypass all these fetch quests in the future, depending on how things went now. He would have to find a way to balance the scales. The courier climbed out of the mech, standing atop the suit. The room looked like an airlock, albeit big enough to house something as large as Vulcan's suit. Walls of steel surrounded Ryan, thick enough to withstand the undersea pressure. Vulcan's machine stood on its boots in a puddle of water, enormous closed gates at the back, a smaller, human-sized door at the front, while a lamp provided a dim crimson light. You love Edge? What is the context to that, Sal? You love Edge? It can't be what I imagine you're saying. Well, it looked like an apartment, albeit a sparsely furnished one. It was around 50 meters square, including a main resting room, a small kitchen, doors leading to what Ryan believed to be a bedroom and a bathroom. The walls were painted blue and red, her favorite colors. The whole place just smelled like her. Where's that Jamaican crab to sing a song when you need him? Ryan whistled to himself, finding this place too silent for his liking, yet he didn't see any stereos. The courier moved to the kitchen, noticing a fridge. Edge runners, I see. Yeah, that's not me, Sal. You gotta call your girlfriend for that one, buddy. That's not me. Wrong department. Do you see the... Unhinged, it leaked a long time ago, okay? Ask Pushkar for the video, I think he's got it. Ryan opened the fridge and found an assortment of tasty dishes from crabs, fishes, and algae, a tube that seemed to provide food from another part of the complex. The courier tested the sink next. It worked perfectly. Shorty, where are you? Ryan then wandered through the main resting room, made of a sofa and a plastic table. Instead of a TV, the main room's sofa faced a massive porthole, allowing sitters to see the world outside. Namely, an undersea abyss as dark as the blackest sea. Strange fish looked on the other side of the reinforced glass, perhaps curious or attracted to the strange house's warmth. The courier noticed a pile of books on the table, including Ving Mill. I'm not even gonna find. There's no point. The same book Len found in Venezia all those years before, alongside Karl Marx's complete Das Kapital and Hegel's Elements of Philosophy of Right. Some things never change, although much to his alarm, the courier had noticed a large amount of medications next to that mini library. Ryan analyzed them, identifying the products as Dynamis has made antidepressants and anti-geolites and Anxiolytics? Anxiolytics? How was the book? I need to start again. I like it, Unhinged. I feel like you definitely like it too. This is it's very Deadpool-esque, and which I quite like because I love the Deadpool character, so I like this too. As the courier walked in front of the portholes and peeked through, he noticed other sources of light in the darkness. On closer look, they came from other portholes in the sphere-shaped structure. An egg nest at the very bottom of the abyss. A complex set of corridors linked the structures together, forming a vast community. Zaza, I'm good, man. How you doing? Did Len build that? Certainly not in 6 months. Even with Vulcan's help and funding, she must have spent at least a year slowly building this place, going to New Rome when she needed specific tech she couldn't manufacture herself. If each habitat was self-sufficient, there'd be enough space here to house hundreds of people. Silly Len, she was building she was building her own undersea Krushikova? What is this? A low-cost concrete paneled brick 3 to 5 story apartment. Oh, I see. Okay, like the shit you see from the Soviet Union. I see, okay. But still, this place lacked a soul. There's no personal touch, no warmth. All accommodations utilitarian, meant to cover a person's basic needs without any aesthetics whatsoever. Besides the books, Ryan didn't notice any source of entertainment or even a photo. The place was a brightly colored undersea tomb. He heard a door open behind him, perhaps the bedroom. She didn't make a sound at first, yet he could sense her eyes peering at his back. She didn't dare to say anything, so Ryan broke the ice. Hi, Shorty. It's been way too long. It was her. She was kind of familiar and yet so different, but it was unmistakably her. Wearing a brown diving suit, albeit not the towering armor in the last loop, alongside some kind of water rifle. Len had a growth spurt since the 4 years they last met. Although she was still small enough to tease, her teenage cuteness had blossomed into a true beauty, albeit one lessened by exhaustion and the pale complexion of her skin. She clearly didn't go out enough. Motherfucker, where would she go out, bro? She lives like kilometers under the ocean. They both clearly needed a vacation. Riri, Len smiled, but it was more sadness than joy. Her voice was music to Ryan's ears, yet she sounded so weak and anxious. Easy, how's it going, man? How you doing? Heard you finished Volume 6. How was that, bud? Lightseeker, right? Lightseeker, yeah, I think so. Good, man. I hear you, man. I'm like, this is gonna be a really fucking long week for me too, but once I get through this week, I think I'll be okay. Hollow, how's it going, man? Where are you up to now, Hollow? Long is dry, but yeah, Volume 6, 11 out of 10? Fuck yeah. Oh, I see. And now, Volume 6 ending was so good, dude. I don't know about you, but I thought Lovia dying was, like, expected. Or, sorry, Colin dying was expected. Lovia dying was, like, really sad for me. Because, like, I thought she was evil, and, like, her dying words being like, I never betrayed the City of Silver was so sad. I was like, fuck, like, I was so wrong. I was shitting on her the entire time. I'm at the part where the sun... no, I'm at the part where the sun woke up tweaking. I'm talking about the others in the club. Okay. Don't you laugh? Not what happened, Khaled, okay? No, we definitely need to talk easy. I'm getting my motorcycle license this weekend, so I can't do this weekend. Not sure what will happen. I see, no worries, Hollow. No, that's good, man. I know what you're talking about. I'm busy this weekend, but like either midway next week or next weekend or whatever, we'll figure that out. We'll definitely have a chat about it, dude. Man. Faking not watching the Jays. Bro, I've told you I don't watch baseball. Fuck off. Yeah, plus it seems like the Jays are gonna win now. Don't fucking don't say fake Canadian to me. You just got your... Bro, you're actually gonna make me go fucking Albertan here. Don't make me do this. The whole country's watching. I'm not. Get fucked. You can stay, Hollow. We're reading another book, so if you want to stay. If you got something going, obviously. But man, sounds cool. Sounds good. Easy. I missed the first chapters of this too. I see. No worries, man. Bye. Don't come to the 6. You're not welcome on my end any longer, but. Yeah, okay. Let me call your university really quickly and tell them about the shit you've been posting online, okay? I'm gonna get you kicked out, don't you worry, okay? We'll see where that PR lands you after that, motherfucker. Let's go. Dean's office number. What is it? Alright, Office of the Dean. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'll give him a call. Gooning it illegal, dog? No, it's not illegal, homie. But it is against, but it's like a negative, on the university. So yeah, you wanna go there, buddy? You wanna see what happens? Keep talking, motherfucker. Who's Kaide? Being a cultist, my true! McSeely true! Wait, hold on. It had been so long since he had heard that nickname that the courier had almost forgotten. It awakened old memories he had long since buried through decades of time looping. Happiness and sadness. She looked so terrible. Her eyes blackened by tiredness and antidepressants. It made Ryan feel guilty not having found her before. It was his job to make her happy, and he clearly wasn't. Kaide's a streamer? Okay. It's only recognized as a cult in China and Taiwan? Not Canada? Don't worry. I'm sure the Dean's office will be interested to hear about it. All the same. Don't come any closer, Len pleaded, a hand on her water rifle. She wasn't pointing it at him, but she didn't set it aside either. Please. Shorty? What's wrong? Ryan asked. This wasn't the reception he hoped for, let alone expected. It's me. I've been looking for you everywhere. I know. For how long? His best friend looked away before finally confessing. 2 years. Ryan froze as his reality came crumbling down around him. He had always refused to entertain the thought, even if, deep down, he knew it was the only explanation. Ryan had made so many waves across Italy, he thought if Len was alive, she would contact him. If she didn't, it meant she was dead, captured, or in a terrible state. Ryan never wanted to accept the most likely scenario, that she was avoiding him on purpose. Why? Ryan asked, feeling as though he'd been shot in his gut. Why? Why did you avoid me? She didn't immediately answer, not with her voice, but her body spoke for her, her hands trembling, her unease in Ryan's presence. You're You're afraid of me? No. It's just your presence. You have PTSD. Ryan recognized the symptoms, glancing at the piles of medications around. Suddenly, it all made sense. I remind you of the bad days, of Bloodstream. I'm an open wound. Riri, your power, it's done something to your mind. You're not stable. Your behavior, it's not that of an insane person. Len, I'm not insane, Ryan protested. But I just get the joke. You don't get anything. You never did. You killed him. The words echoed across the habitat, an awkward silence settling in. No worries, Zaza. Have fun in class, buddy. You led the carnival to us, Len accused. You didn't pull the trigger, but you brought the gun. I did, Ryan admitted. He had had an eternity to ponder his choices, and it had to be done. The only regret is that it separated us for years. More silence. Len had never been good at articulating her thoughts, but all these years had only worsened her social skills. He wondered if she talked to anyone at all. Len, the courier said, your father wasn't going to get better. One day he would have killed you. He almost did. I spent years studying the nature of genomes, trying to find a way. See if I could have made it right, but there's no cure. Or at least none I could design with what I had. Even Ryan, for all his powers over time and casualty, didn't dare take 2 elixirs. For powers worked on a level far greater than mere gene manipulation. Another elixir would cause his original powers to mutate, maybe create a save point or permanently leave him mad. If Ryan could become a psycho like Bloodstream with his save point, no one could stop him. It would be an unending nightmare for himself and all around him. I know. But he was my dad. That wasn't your choice to make. Ryan put his hands at his back, studying her. He then removed his hat and his mask so she could see his true face, the gnawing unhappiness behind his smile. I'm sorry I hurt you. Len looked into his eyes and glanced away, unable to hold his gaze. The sight hurt way worse than Acid Rain's knives. He bore witness to the end of his main quest, but it wasn't a happy ending. Dude, I'm so fucking petrified. I've almost dropped my coffee twice today, and I'm like so fucking scared. Because, so earlier when I have like 2 lights set up, one over there, one over there. When I was setting up this light over here, it fucking fell, and it like, this is the cup of coffee, it fell and it like grazed it. If it was like a little bit more, it would have fucking spilled everywhere and like grazed it. I was like, and just now when I went to grab the coffee, I like missed it and I like fucking did this to the edge and it like and it didn't fall. I'm so fucking petrified I'm gonna fucking spill this coffee and just fuck up my computer and just everything else. I'm so fucking, ugh. Why did you make this place? Ryan asked, glancing at the habitat. Perhaps there was something he overlooked, a detail that could salvage their relationship. For me, and then for others. The orphans above, Ryan guessed? That's what this place is for. Yes, she said, looking at the distant lights through the porthole. I want to bring them here when it's finished. Give them a place where they can belong. Begin again. And make things right. Zaza, go to your fucking class, bro. What are you fucking sassing me for? Len, you can't retreat from the world, even if it's harsh and absurd, or you will lose a part of yourself. I won't lose much. Only myself. God damn it, that was so sad. Look at you. You're miserable, Len. You're not happy living like this. Riri. There's nothing above for them. Or for me, Len argued. It's just violence and psychos and the powerful bastards kicking down the little guy. I thought the bombs had wiped the slate clean, but for more than a decade, it's all the same. If that's how you feel, then let's make it better. I can help. I've got all the time in the universe to fix it. I can make it right. I'm already fixing it. I'm making a new place, a better one, where everyone is equal. No, you're just running away from your problems like I did. The medications are dulling the pain, but it doesn't make it go away. No matter how many times you repeat the process, the outcome won't change, and this place won't help you. It's sunken. You're literally sinking, Len. He extended a hand. Let me help you. The courier asked her, begged her. Once you wanted to explore the world. We can do it. Travel together and look beyond the horizon. There's so much to do, to learn. I've seen things you can't even imagine, and I can show them to you. We can start again. Len looked at his fingers, and for long, agonizing seconds, she was tempted to take his hand. If only she would. Then their days of loneliness would end. This is so cute because it's like they're both on the same play. They're both in the same place. They just deal with it so much more differently. Len is like openly miserable and like trying to deal with her like depression through like anti-anxiety meds and like antidepressants and stuff. Whereas like Ryan is like Klein, like, you know, at the end of the volume 1 where he's like, it was a big smile, an exaggerated smile, right? Like he's literally just doing like a act to make it look like he's like so happy and so foolhardy and whatever. Whereas like Len has just accepted that she's like, I'm miserable. This is who I am. What song is this? Excuse me? Bro, why have I never heard this Lies of P song before? Why does this sound so good? What the fuck? Excuse me? Hold on, let me start the song again. This is a banger. Crushed at... But she didn't take it, held back by her own fears. Crushed at the sight, Ryan realized it wouldn't do. She was too hurt, too wounded to take the risk. Their friendship was an old wound she feared might fester again and sink her even deeper than the ocean. He was just making things worse. The world is absurd, Ryan declared, but it's not hopeless. I faced the same situation over 10,000 times and made a different choice each time. If it was all hopeless, nothing would have changed. A single man can't make a difference, right? That's fatalism for you. Well, fatalists are cowards. Every choice I made led to a different outcome. It changes things a little, and at other times it changes everything. Sometimes I killed someone, and at other times I saved them. I don't understand. Where are you getting at? That in the end, our decisions change things, Ryan said. If I was the only one who could see it, even if I was the only one who could see it, it doesn't matter if the change is big or small. The change exists. Yes, bad things happen for no reason, but sometimes good things happen too. While it's not guaranteed, justice is attainable. No one is in control of anything, but that doesn't mean your actions have no impact. So please, Len, don't say it's hopeless. If time travel has taught me anything, it's that everything can change, and the perfect ending is always within reach. Time travel? Instead of burdening her with his own issues, Ryan put the quick save mask and hat on and walked to the hatch's door. She didn't even make a move to stop him. No matter how bad it gets, Len, I won't give up on finding happiness. I hope you don't either. Ryan walked away, his silent steps echoing below the sea. Damn, that's a good person, bro. He said, nah. He said, I'm on the pursuit of happiness. Should love yourself now. Burnt, if I do that right now, YouTube will take down the stream. I'm sorry. I was right there. When Vulcan said that she had a second spot in her cockpit. Wait, no. Did this take me back? It was a bright day in New Rome. The sun was rising, bullets were flying, and the rats were singing. Standing on the balcony of Jamie's apartment in casual clothes, a coffee mug in his right hand, Ryan glanced at the rodents occupying the area. Kyung's rat seemed to be doing some stretching exercises, while dawn rose beyond the horizon, showing incredible levels of flexibility. They were cute for enormous mutant rodents. But Ryan was a cat person at heart, and he was in a foul mood. He grabbed his cell phone with his left hand and started playing pre-recorded music he had prepared just for the occasion. The terrible noise of felines meowing echoed across the apartment, startling the rats and sending them into a panic. They dispersed, hiding beneath the sofa. "Ryan!" Kyung shouted. "Stop it!" "What?" he said innocently. "It's not forbidden to listen to cat music. It's not forbidden for me to throw you off the balcony either." "What's the racket about?" Jamie emerged from his bedroom. Without his armor, he reminded Ryan of a grizzly bear emerging from his cave. The first thing the mob enforcer did was kiss his girlfriend and then join the courier on the balcony. "Nothing," Ryan replied, hiding his cell phone. Kyung's rats emerged from their hiding spots to gather behind his back, glaring at him. Seeing a dozen rats in that position might have frightened a normal person, but the courier just meowed at them. "You're impossible," Jamie replied. A rat jumped up on the balcony's ramp, the genome scratching it between the ears. "How are you feeling?" "Whimsically peachy." "Ryan." Jamie looked at him. "How do you really feel?" Was he that bad at hiding it? Ryan looked at the distant, warming sun. "I don't feel anything." "As in... nothing." "I feel empty." Well, to be precise, he felt like someone whose years-long quest had ended in disaster. Ryan had expected a happy reunion that would make everything better, and he had only found tears and sadness. Emptiness had been his natural state for years, until learning of Len's survival had given him a newfound direction. His endless existence finally had a purpose. But Len didn't want Ryan in her life. Hell, she was a bigger wreck than he was. "But I'm used to it," the courier replied. "I've just got to find something to fill the void." Even that stunt with the rats was an attempt to get his mind off Len. He found the chaos and whimsical jokes a welcome distraction when in a bad mood. Confusion energized him, while introspection made him feel stale and restless. Jamie looked at his head before looking at the sunlight. "I'm sorry." "About what?" "About your girl. I'm sorry she broke your heart." "I haven't been dumped," Ryan protested. "I know rejection is painful, and that's okay. It happens to everyone. She wasn't the right person, or maybe it just wasn't the right time. You're young. You'll find someone." For empty platitudes, Jamie somehow managed to make them sound inspired. "The worst part is," Ryan said, letting out some frustration, "she's in pain and I don't know how to help her." His words seemed to resonate with Jamie, who opened his mouth without saying anything, seemingly rehearsing his words in his head. He glanced at the rats and told them to shoo away, the rodents letting out a vengeful screech at Ryan. "You know, one day a former friend of mine and I found someone having an overdose, a homeless woman. She would have died if we weren't there. Ryan could sense the sheer emotion coming from Jamie's voice, and said nothing. It clearly came from his heart. Even when she was out of the hospital, I considered her my responsibility. I tried to help her clean herself up. It was hard. Really hard. It took months to deal with the relapses, the bad habits, and find her a job. A lot of my friends didn't understand. They thought I was just wasting my time. They thought she was hopeless. But she wasn't. It worked out. It was hard, but she's recovering. Ryan glanced at the kitchen and Kyung's shadow. People take time to heal. And from what I heard, that girl has pretty deep scars. Don't give up on her. Just do your best. But don't beat yourself up over it either. Ryan nodded, but didn't respond. I talked with the others, Jamie said. We will organize a party next Thursday at the house to welcome you to New Rome. A Hugh Hefner party or a friendly housewarming party? Genome only, most of whom are single. Hugh Hefner, then. Wait. Are you whoring me out? Who am I to pay the rent in my flesh and blood? Don't worry about the rent. However, everything that will happen during the party will stay at the party. You may see weird stuff. The more Jamie spoke, the more embarrassed he sounded. Stuff that would shock most people. I think you're pretty open-minded, but I don't know how much. Since genomes were naturally immune to most diseases, including STDs, and had a high threshold, Ryan had a good idea on how the party would go. Oh, you know, without arrogance. I've seen everything. Wait, they're immune to diseases and have a high drug threshold? These guys are like Soups from The Boys! Okay, good. No Bliss or cats allowed, and you help clean up tomorrow and the next morning after, Jamie added. Also, no matter what, do not fuck Vamp. You can hook up with anyone but her. A forbidden romance route? How could I resist? By reminding yourself that she's a goddamn succubus who will drain you to death if you fall into her arms. She's a nasty shade of green. Then why invite her at all? She's a part of the hit squad and takes it personally if you don't invite her. Trust me, it's just less drama. And Livia, Kyung shouted. Don't forget to tell him about Livia. Oh, and Livia too. Thank you, honey. She's off limits for a reason I cannot divulge, but trust me, if you make a move on her, you will die. Jamie didn't know a thing about reverse psychology, did he? Nah, the courier wasn't in the mood. Bro, why is it that, like, Klein is like a sexless boy as he is, and Ryan, who is apparently not a sexless boy, is like this entire thing. He's just like, no, I'm only focused on Len, who I'm not interested in romantically. I'm just interested in her as a friend. Like, bro, there's no romance in any of these. I don't care in the slightest. I want to be really clear, okay? Nah, the courier just wasn't in the mood. I think I'll pass on the matchmaking attempts, Ryan said. I've had my fair share of hookups. Really? I didn't take you for a party animal, or at least not that kind. At one point in my life, my motto was, try them all until you find the perfect one, Ryan explained, but after that, it became stale and superficial. I was just doing the same thing over and over. I see what you mean. Also, why are you advocating for me to fight for my true love and then hook up with someone else? No. I said you don't give up on helping your friend with her issues, but if she isn't interested, take the hint and look for companionship elsewhere. I know it's a leap of faith, but you will find someone that can make you happy at that party. That's all I wish for you. Kyung, Ryan turned around and said, yes? If you don't marry this man, I will do it myself. I don't share, she replied. I told you she had that same sense of humor, Jamie said. See, doesn't this give you like Deadpool and Kimiko vibe? I think it was Kimiko, right? No, not Kimiko. Fuck, what's her name? It's like the oh my god. Yukio. Yukio. Deadpool being like, "Hi, Yukio." Giving me those same vibes. By then, Kyung had the Deadpool 2 energy, exactly. By then, Kyung had cooked up a huge brunch for herself and her man. However, she also handed a lunchbox to Ryan. Here, for midday. I hope you like vegetables and rice. It's fine, I was gonna grab a cent. Take it, she insisted, all but shoving the lunchbox to Ryan. Knowing Vulcan, she won't let you out of the workshop until she's worked you to the bone. God damn, these people were nice. Almost oppressively. They were killing him with kindness. His lunchbox under his arm, Ryan prepared to leave, but stopped in front of Lanka's bedroom first. "Sleeping Beauty," the courier knocked. "It's the police. Wake up. Hands on your head." He heard a groan behind the door, alongside the sound of an empty bottle falling to the ground. Is it 3 in the afternoon already? No? Then fuck off. Come to think of it, she remained awake very late into the night. If I were to watch Deadpool, I would probably agree. You've never seen Deadpool, McSeely? What? Super recommend. All 3 of them. 1 is the best. 2 is the worst. 3 is middling. I don't know if that's the standard opinion, but that's mine, okay? And mine is, of course, correct. I've seen some of 1 and most of 3, I think. I see, okay. You should definitely watch 1. 1 is great. After putting on his quick save costume, Ryan waltzed out of the house, putting his lunchbox on his back seat, and drove to Plymouth away. Even at this early hour, the traffic in New Rome was insane, reminding the courier of the worst hours of the pre-war era. Right after leaving the suburbs, he found himself trapped in a jam. The courier opened the window and put on the radio, singing to himself, when he found the Pink Panther song. He needed a cheery song after last night. The reunion's disastrous ending had gnawed at him all evening as he tried to figure out a way to help Len get over her issues. Unfortunately, he saw none yet, or at least none that would make things worse. Or none that wouldn't make things worse. Ryan had gained a certain insight into human nature through his loops. His best friend seemed so far into her shell that forcing her into her life would worsen things. She needed to reach out to others first, but if not him, then who? The orphans? His main quest had ended in disaster, and Ryan didn't know what to do. Well, now that he had somewhat fulfilled his main goal, the courier could devote his time to do side quests instead of starting a new loop. He'd promised different people to drive out the meta out of Rusttown and blow up the Augusti Super Lab, but the courier would be true to his word. Afterward, though, he just didn't know. Finding Len had been his driving force all this time, a welcome intermission in a meaningless wandering, but if he couldn't help her, then... No, he couldn't let himself think like this. There had to be a way to solve this, he just had to figure it out. Don't turn around. Ryan turned around in the back seat, but saw nothing. The green giant is in the garden, he said. The green giant is in the garden. You're supposed to say a code, Ryan replied. But if I were a shapeshifter, he would have blown your cover. Frankly, you should leave the real work to professionals. The orange is in the henhouse? See, you're learning. How is the reunion with Len? Shroud asked. Were you peeping? Not all that great, but I handled it like a champ. I am thankful you didn't rat me out once your goal was achieved. That makes me trust you a bit more. Is there a reason you wanted to visit me, or just spook people on principle? You wanted me to keep you updated on the metagang, no? And you were supposed to report how things are going on your side. Shouldn't you know already? I'm in. You have infiltrated the Augusti, but not the right part. Bacchus leads the drug division, not Vulcan. The road to complete a quest takes twists and turns, Ryan replied. Sometimes you must wait for the right moment. Like your party? I will wait longer, but the deal is off without meaningful progress. My, for an infiltrator, he sure wasn't subtle about his threats. What about our psycho friends? Did you clean out the trash? They have a sensor, a warning system, maybe even a seer. Whenever I move too close to the junkyard, they send a heavy hitter after me. Neither invisibility nor disguises help. Okay. So no stealth mission. What else? Psyshock. Didn't you deal with him? Yes, more than once. Regenerators are annoying, aren't they? Ugh. Yes, but not as much as duplicators. I tried to capture him at the orphanage, but he killed himself rather than become a prisoner. Impossible. The only thing nearly as strong as a psycho's addiction was their survival instinct, especially old ones like Psyshock, who had lived for over a decade. They sent heavy hitters after you, including him? Including Psyshock, whose original remains are in my possession. That scenario should remind you of someone else. Bloodstream. Len's father had an incredibly loathsome cloning power. As ghastly as it was effective, it made him nigh unbeatable for years until the carnival tracked all his doubles down and managed to prevent him from duplicating. Psyshock had seen it in action. Could it have inspired him? If the duplication works like bloodstreams, I'll take it personally. I can't confirm it, but I thought you should know. If you learn anything new, please inform me. Or I will deliver the pieces, Ryan replied. Anything else? Bacchus, alias Andres Torque, is a blue. He can drive others mad with visions and hallucination. He is, although I don't know what triggers his power, tread against him carefully. I don't have a lot of information on this person except that he's an excommunicated priest. He rarely leaves his super lab and only goes to visit Augustus. If you want to get into his division, you'll have to reach an intermediary. Great, a new chain quest. I suppose I won't get a reward for it? No answer. The courier turned his head, touched the backseat with his hand, and sensed nothing. Wait! That bastard stole the lunchbox! Dude, what a piece of shit. Track him down right now. How fucking dare he? We need that lunchbox, bro. Kyung made it so nicely. We can't just... She wants a lunchbox back. Vulcan's workshop echoed with the sound of welding, while Ryan reviewed an armor sketch, ass on chair and leg on the workbench. Ryan's job as Vulcan's assistant turned out more desk work than exciting target practice. She handed him designs and then asked him to review and improve. As he examined her sketches, Merlin, how's it going, man? The courier realized that Vulcan's genius was probably weapon creation. All her inventions either had an offensive capability or served to support weaponry. The genius could even make cyber warfare programs like viruses capable of detonating cell phones far away. While it made Vulcan a devastatingly dangerous genius, she couldn't make a vehicle with just guns. She never patched her armor's weak points simply because her power refused to entertain innovative solutions. No wonder Vulcan desperately wanted a genius assistant. She was a missile without a tripod. So, let me get this straight, Vulcan said. Underdiver doesn't want you in her life, and Zanbato suggested you persevere? Pretty much. Oh, and he's throwing a party Thursday night. Well, Jamie doesn't know shit. I fucking hate White Knights, and Underdiver doesn't need one. She doesn't need anyone. I'm not sure. Can you even fathom that girl's sheer potential? At least a third of the Earth is uninhabitable, and she can make self-sustaining habitats, surviving under deep oceanic pressure. And I'm making weapons, but her, she's building the future. I could do without her tech, yes, but the money I send her, it's an investment for mankind. White Knights, they're smothering. They don't help because they're nice, but because they're needy. They're oppressive. What your girl needs is self-confidence, which she will only develop by building something that is hers alone. If you like her, don't get in her way. If you want to help, don't. It didn't sound like a projection, not at all. I'm sure there's an interesting story behind that opinion, the courier teased her. Wyvern was the worst of White Knights, casting everyone in her shadow. You think she's being a hero because she believes in justice? It's all ego. She wants the cheering kids, people looking up to her. If she wanted to change things, she would have ditched Dynamis long ago, but she didn't. What did she do to you personally? Haven't you been listening? She kept me in her shadow. When we started, I was the brain and she the brawn. I gathered intel and made the plans. She's powerful, but she's a mace. All the force in the world doesn't matter if no one can wield it in the right direction. Wyvern became famous because of me, because she was in the field, the hero everyone talked about, and when we made a deal with Dynamis, it got worse. I wanted their resources to build a suit. No worries, Merlin. See ya, buddy. Good luck on the exam. Make a name for myself. Become Wyverns. Recommend a movie or series? Aaron, no worries. Give me some context. You have anything you have any, like, do you want to watch comedies? Do you want to watch, what do you want to watch? Give me something a little bit more. And do you want it to be, like, real? Do you want it to be, like, anime? What do you want? Like, any more specifics than that, I can give you something. I wanted, no. Become Wyvern's partner instead of sidekick, but they kept me in a lab, vetoed all my plans, and I can make any weapon, the likes that can rival Mechrons, but to the Monada, I was just a girl making their soldiers' armors. Aaron, have you seen Odd Taxi? Let's make a gun then. A gun? A very big gun. A laser gun that can draw a logo on the moon. Why would I draw a logo on the moon? To copyright it. Vulcan raised her finger, remained silent as she considered his sentence, and realized that she had no answer. Aha! I have defeated you with logic! Vulcan then threw a bottle at him, although with a thin smirk at the edge of her lips. She then continued sketching. Odd Taxi. Interesting idea, though it's useless in the rain, she said. Why is there a duck drawn in the bottom left corner? I got bored halfway through. She wanted him to review a stealth model armor. Capable of blending into the environment, Invisible Lunch Thief had given Ryan the idea to use optic cameras to record the wearer's surroundings and then portray them on the surface. You don't enter a fugue state while working. Curious. Nice work. I want one. A voice spoke behind Ryan. A doggo. What? Are you looking up the show, or have you seen it? Why, thank you, the courier said, peeking over his shoulder to welcome the newcomer. A genome had entered the room. Yeah, it's a walrus, yeah. A genome had entered the room, somehow without opening the door. A tall, lanky figure who reminded Ryan of a scarecrow. A ghoulish metal skull face hid the face. And a black hooded cloak the rest of the body. Most importantly, the gentle devil seemed fond of weapons as the courier, carrying guns on bandoliers and a sniper rifle. Oh, Aaron, you're gonna... It's so... The ending of Odd Taxi has like a twist that's so fucking good. I can't even... Oh, you'll love it. I promise. Once you start watching it, you won't be... And can I just recommend the ending of Odd Taxi, the ending song or whatever? It's so beautiful. I love that show, as you can see by the fact that I'm glazing the fuck out of it. Not even spooked, the man complained. You're not fun. Mortimer, stop bullying the newbie, said Sparrow. Sorry, Quick Save. He gets off on startling people. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Jasmine. Greta waved. Hi, Greta. Ryan returned the greeting. But he paid more attention to the third person in the group, a young woman in his physical age, and gorgeous. Not pretty gorgeous, but top model gorgeous. A hazel-eyed blonde whose hair fell down to her lips, with tanned skin and a perfectly chiseled face. Have you seen Shutter Island? I have, yes. This Venus could bring any man to his knees in adoration. Unfortunately, from the way she carried herself, her appearance had gone to her head. She moved with such pompous pride and self-confidence, almost nauseating. But Ryan didn't care about her beauty. He cared about her resemblance to a certain feline. Unfortunately, she mistook his rapturous attention as something else. I'm Fortuna, the bombshell introduced. The courier immediately recognizing the name as Adam Cat's sister, the world's luckiest woman. If you have met me, oh no, you are not. Oh really? She moved in front of a metal wall and put her hands on her wrist. Shoot me. You're sure? Yes, shoot me. Shutter Island's a movie, Aaron. What do you mean? Are you talking about another Shutter Island? Because I'm talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Okay, Ryan immediately got up from his chair, pulled out a Desert Eagle out of his coat, and fired. When he ran out of bullets, Ryan didn't bother reloading and just threw the gun away and instead pulled another sidearm and fired away. When he emptied the mag, the cycle continued with new weapons. AMT Hard Brawler, Browning, High Power, Beretta 925, Gold-plated Beretta 92Es, Glock 17, 2 Glock 17Ls, Colt Modelo 1927, Stechkin APS because the Russians made the best guns, followed by a Smith & Wesson Model 629. He's persistent, Mortimer's replied. That's a lot of weapons. Where the hell does he keep them? Sparrow said. The only certainty is life, is that when death comes for you, you will not have enough guns, Ryan shouted. At that point, armored guards entered the workshop, expecting a shootout, but they looked at the scene. Ryan glanced back and froze time. When time resumed, the guards found their submachine guns missing, the courier wielding both as he open-fired on Fortuna. Vulcan raised a hand at the confused guards, who wisely returned to their post. When he ran out of arms, after about 10 minutes, Ryan moved on to shotguns, bombarding the model with a Remington Model 870, and then upgraded to his coil gun and threw almost every single knife he had. He only had 2 surprises left. Ryan paused. Hey, where's my A-bomb? I took it while you were busy shooting, Vulcan said. I knew it would come down to this. Give it back! Give it back! Impressed yet? Ryan turned to look at Fortuna, who stood completely unharmed while the wall behind her had turned into Swiss cheese. She didn't have a single scratch on her. Not a one. But yeah, Aaron, if you get time, whether it's like today or whenever, watch Odd Taxi. I promise you, you're gonna love it. If you want a show with like a what twist at the end, you're gonna love it. God damn it, now Ryan felt like a stormtrooper from Star Wars. That's a Pulp Fiction level of divine providence, the courier admitted. Although, the woman replied, I have a secret technique, which, if I use, will cut your hopes short. I must warn you though, no one ever manages to stand up to it. She silently told him to bring it on. Alright, she asked for it. Zawardo! Time stopped and the workshop turned purple. This is such a good reference. I was hoping they would eventually do this. That's so good. It was gonna be Zawardo. It was never gonna be Star Platinum. Ryan glanced at Cancel, as frozen in time as the others. As suspected, her negation power offered no automatic defense. It had to be switched on and off. Good to know. He took 3 steps towards Fortuna, expecting to slip through her ridiculous luck, but he didn't. His power trumped hers. The courier briefly wondered where he should hit her, instead hesitating about giving her a light cut, which was too savage. Instead, as Amera Indians scalped their victims as trophies, he cut her blonde hair to shoulder length with a sharp knife, keeping the rest for himself. Zawardo! Hairdresser style. She may be lucky, but in this world of frozen time, the courier is without equal. Doki wo tomare. Ryan spoke in Japanese, quickly returning to his original spot in the nick of time before his power ran out. When the clock turned again, Fortuna let out a ghastly wail of horror and surprise, which startled Ryan. Greta didn't flinch. Mortimer glanced at his teammate's hair with what seemed to be a little satisfaction. And Vulcan didn't look at the girl at all. She had only eyes for the handsome courier. You cut my hair? You cut my hair? What? Her stylist probably did that every month. And that woman reacted as if I stabbed her. You asked for it, he replied. Now, I shall keep your hair as a war trophy. How could you? Have you no respect? Mademoiselle, I believe in true equality. Equality of gender, of religion, of race. All shall suffer without discrimination. I have no chivalry, no scruples, no respect for the elderly. I am utterly colorblind. I don't care which gods you pray to. None of them will help you. Beautiful or ugly, I shall torment you without respite all the same. Fortuna didn't share his civilized point of view, but Ryan guessed that ahead of time. Morty, Greta, say something, Fortuna said. Serves you right, Mortimer said. All the times you mocked poor Mortimer because he couldn't hit you? Not so smug now. Wait, is this the first time someone managed to hit her? I never use my powers on teammates, Greta replied. Hey, don't look at me like that, the courier told the crybaby. If anything, I'm the victim. You? Yes, I grant you your wish, your command without flinching, and I get only ungratefulness in return. Truly. I don't think we can ever be friends. Alright, enough with the bullshit, Vulcan clapped. Quick save, these are the Killer 7. Or Hit Squad. I may be bad at math, because I only count 4, Ryan said. We're 6 with Vamp and Night Terror, Ryan replied. The former isn't good for direct combat, and the latter only works in the dark. So why call yourself the Killer 7 when you're 6? We started at 7 when Boss Pluto led us, one for each color. But since she mostly does admin now, we've rotated between 4 to 6 members, depending on the turnover. The name stuck though. Killer 7 is just catchier than 6, you know? Only Mortimer and I remain out of the original lineup. We were each a different color. We would need a violet to complete the set. Wanna join? I veto that proposal, Fortuna said. Me too, Mortimer said. He's new meat. But we don't have a violet to complete the rainbow, Cancel complained. Greta, you cannot invite an unproven recruit, Sparrow said. Nothing personal, Quick Save. Our missions are sensitive, so we only want welcome genomes with an extensive history of loyalty. Maybe in a couple years. Don't poach my boys, Vulcan shot down the idea. I'm sorry, but I can't get past the name thing. I mean, if you aren't able to commit to a theme, just find a different one. What? You're gonna tell me that Sparrow's supervillain name has nothing to do with her superpower? It doesn't, does it? She shoots lasers, Mortimer said. Kind of. I find sparrows adorable. They're my favorite animal, and the name wasn't taken. What is wrong with you people? Ryan complained. No respect for tradition or branding. I'll give you a brand, you crazy son of a... Fortuna mumbled. Enough chit-chat, Vulcan said. I gather you to attack the Metagang today. We will drive them out of Rust Town, even if we have to fight them city block by city block. About goddamn time, Mortimer replied. My, Ryan might actually fulfill most of his goals in this loop. Could this run finally improve on the disastrous reunion with Len? What about our armor? Sparrow asked. I've designed a variant for each of you, with one exception. I'll pass. Frankly, while he understood the appeal of the armor, Ryan preferred mobility over defense, which made his powers, since his powers made death a non-issue. As for stealthy versions, well, he wouldn't dress in bright colors if he didn't want to be seen. Even one that enhances your powers? You can't. Mecron could enhance powers, she replied. That's how we recruited a few living followers. Yes, Mecron. It said something about Vulcan that she took the comparison to the world's foremost genius as a challenge. I can make armor which enhances the user's power, though I need to study it in depth. I managed to do so for a fireman division. They took the Firebrand knockoff elixirs, which grants pyrokinesis, Sparrow said. You've probably seen them in New Rome. They're quite popular. Maybe. Ryan didn't really pay much attention to extras. How much firepower did they gain? They went from embers to fireballs, Vulcan said. Imagine what you could do. This was a trap. Ryan had noticed it the moment Pluto interrogated him at Jamie's place. His power fascinated Vulcan to an unhealthy level. Perhaps she suspected he lied about its particularities. That was the only excuse to lower his guard, so she may gather data. And yet, Ryan had struggled for years to explore his power, and he knew he wasn't fully tapped in yet. If he could enhance them, create multiple save points, or move his current one further back. I will think about it, Ryan said. Alright guys, look at that. Made it to the end in pretty good timing. Just under 2 hours for 5 chapters. So I guess if we wanted to, we'd probably do like 7 and 3 hours, but fuck it, we'll leave it as is. So it was 10:30 for me. Alright, thank you everyone for coming. Have a great rest of your day or nights, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. No stream Wednesday or Thursday though. I want to tell you this beforehand, because Wednesday I have to study for an exam I have, and Thursday I have that exam, so I got to study for that. So I prepare for that. So tomorrow I will see you, but then no stream for 2 days. Okay. All right. Bye guys.